So it's been a month since we planted our seed blocks. I wanted to show you how they're all progressing, and I'm going to show you how to feed your blocks. You want to make sure that you feed them. I usually do like a weekly basis. You see they're all under the lights. They're all getting nice and big and strong. I got some asparagus. This is asparagus right there. They're doing very well. I'm really happy with them. So I'm going to show you how we feed them. So this is the little seedling tray. And what you want to do is mix your fertilizer. You use a liquid fertilizer. And you want to do it at about 50% of its normal strength. Since these are little seedlings. And you're going to fill this up about halfway. And then you're going to set the seedling blocks in here and let them soak up the liquid fertilizer and water. Okay, so here's some of my kale plants. I think there's like kale and cabbage and lettuce in here, as you can see. You want a good all-purpose fertilizer. I like to alternate my fertilizers every week. So one week I'll use kelp, the next week I'll use all-purpose, the next week I'll use like a compost tea. I like to alternate it. I also have this bottle right here with compost tea, and while it's watering, I will put the compost tea over the top of it, and that just gives it a nice foliar feed too. But you want to start feeding your plants when they get their second set of true leaves. So you can see right here, this is, the original. This is your first set, and this is your second set. So second set of true leaves, you start feeding them. Now I'm going to leave this in here. As you can see, it's slowly coming right up the block. You can see the block starting to get wet. And once it's completely saturated to the top of the block, I'll take it out of the water and put it back into a dry tray and put it back under the lights. And you can see they're all doing very well. They'll probably go into the garden in about another 3 weeks, 3-4 weeks. I'll stick them in the garden. Still kind of warm. I don't want them to bolt right now. But they're looking really good. Okay, so I got the next tray in. This is a whole bunch of lettuce. We got butter crunch, tennis ball, black-seeded Simpson. I've got some spinach in here. We got Bloomsdale. So we've got quite a few greens in here. So they're going to be in here and get soaked in the water and the fertilizer. As they start getting bigger, greens are going to need high nitrogen fertilizer. So as they start going from being real small and needing more nitrogen, I'll put some more nitrogen in there. But right now, a good all-purpose is really good just to get them going really good. And some kelp. They like kelp. They do really good with kelp. But you can see, look at all that butter lettuce. It's doing amazing. Okay, so here is our cabbage. We've got some cabbage, this red acre, and Baltum 29 broccoli, and some Romanesco Italian broccoli, and Ticano broccoli. You can see there's the cabbage right there. It's nice and red. And it's nice and healthy. And this is how you water your blocks. You do not want to really hurt the seedlings because they're tender. But doing it this way makes your seedlings really strong. They'll have a nice base to them. And then when you transplant them, there won't be any shock because they are all air pruned. If you look down here, you can see all the roots stop at the edge of the block. As soon as it's like, oh yeah, it's dry. There's no more dirt there. And so that makes for a really good root ball. You can see. And then when you transplant them in the garden, there is no shock. So about 2 weeks before they're ready to go in, I will stick them out in the sun and start hardening them off about 15 to 20 minutes and slowly increase it over 2 weeks so that they will be ready to go. And we'll have nice strong plants in the garden. Well, all our plants are watered in and they're all ready to go. So I have to do this a couple times a week because it's really dry here. But I usually just use regular water during the week, and then on the weekends I'll fertilize them. But you want to use an organic liquid fertilizer. I like to do organic garden. You don't want to do like Miracle Grow or anything like that. You always want to use an organic liquid fertilizer. So I hope this helps you out. Give these blocks a try. I tell you what, when you transplant them, you'll be amazed how easily they go in the garden without any transplant shock. Nice, strong, healthy plants. Happy gardening, everyone. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Next, pretty soon we'll be planting these in the garden. I'll show you how to prepare the bed and to get them planted. Have a great day. Subscribe.